to another episode of Holistic Lifestyle Coaching with Ryan David. I'm Ryan David, and hopefully it's welcome back for rule number 2. Now, what I'm doing is I'm sharing 12 rules of romance with you all that were all inspired by this great book, 2002 Romantic Ideas. I put a link in the description below. Go ahead and pick it up for yourself. $8-10, I'm not sure what it is. And rule number 2 is, let's get right into it. Rule number 2 is, make sure that you truly love and appreciate yourself first. You can't truly love anyone else if you don't have healthy self-esteem. And I tell you what, that summarizes one of my main philosophies in life when it comes to us individually and even in relationships. And I say that one of my main philosophies, it might be my number one philosophy in life. And that is this: you'll never be able to do for someone else that which you cannot do for yourself. I don't care if it's love, trust, respect, appreciate, count on, rely on, depend on, none of those things. So love is no different. You can't love someone else until you're able to love yourself. And we're talking about romance and love, and it's one thing to love yourself and care about yourself, but I'm talking romance, specifically romance. And you think, well, how does that apply to myself? How do I generate that? Well, what do you love? What do you like? What do you consider to be romantic? What do you appreciate? Do you know what tickles your fancy, so to speak? Until you find out what those things are, until you have some self-discovery, first of all, about who you are and what you appreciate and what you love. And second of all, until you're able to care for yourself, pick yourself up when you're down, remind yourself of how worthy you are, appreciate yourself, love yourself, be grateful for and glad of what you contribute and be proud of yourself. These sorts of things really are keys to appreciating and loving ourselves. So this rule number 2 quite possibly should be rule number 1, because really, without the ability to appreciate and love yourself, you really won't be able to contribute much to a relationship at all. You may be more dependent or kind of riding the waves of when things just happen to be good. You won't be able to generate or create love inside the relationship, to give it, to show it, to provide it. And by the way, most successful relationships, healthy relationships are relationships in which two people get in the relationship to give to one another, not to get from one another. If you think about it, if I get into a relationship with you and you get into a relationship with me, we both get in to get something. Well, I'm trying to get, you're trying to get. Who's giving? Nobody. So really, we should get into the mindset, and the idea should be we should get into relationships to give. But the prerequisite is, and first of all, you have to make sure you're bringing something to the relationship to give to someone else. And you won't be able to do that unless you can give it to yourself first. So you need to be able to do all things for yourself first before you think you'll be able to contribute fully to a relationship. And love and romance and passion are no different. Can you communicate what you love and what you like and what you appreciate for yourself to your partner? First, you need to be able to know what those things are and then be able to communicate them. But being able to communicate them won't matter if you don't even know what they are in the first place. So you gotta be able to love yourself, appreciate yourself, respect yourself first. Self-love is not narcissism. It's not being conceited. It's not being stuck up. It's a relationship you have with yourself, a private relationship where you value yourself, you appreciate yourself, and you love yourself, and you care for yourself, and you're compassionate with yourself. And when you do all those things for yourself, then you may be able to contribute that to a relationship and do those things for another person. So major rule in terms of romance with another individual is being able to love yourself. Make sure you absolutely do have that self-love and it's strong. So I can quite possibly do a whole nother video on how important that is and how to go about generating love for ourselves to create a healthy sense of self-esteem, if you will. So then in turn, we can get into a relationship and contribute fully to our partners, because that's really what it's all about. I did a previous video on self-help and how it's a big misunderstanding that self-help is selfish. And really the idea and the goal of self-help is to boost yourself up as an individual to then be able to contribute to other people. That's the whole goal, strengthen yourself first so that you'll then be able to, you can help others and strengthen other people as well. So that's rule number 2, love yourself. Definitely love yourself, rule number 2. Again, if you are interested in love, relationships, romance, consider subscribing to my channel, because I'll do plenty of more videos about relationships and how we can generate healthy relationships long term. Look forward to rule number 3 coming up tomorrow. Again, I'm dropping one rule every single day from now until Valentine's Day. So hopefully you caught rule number 1. Look forward to rule number 3. Rule number 2, love yourself. Get going. Go ahead, do what you got to do. Start generating that self-love. Make sure you get on top of that. Prioritize that. Remember, rule number 1 was prioritize your partner. Rule number 2 really is, prioritize yourself. Make sure that you love yourself. So till the next episode, till the next video, until rule number 3, take care. I'll see you then.